Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, really good. I am. What about you?
Well, we had a really wild storm here yesterday, and we actually had the hydro out
Gosh, good
for,
Lord.
I don't know, 4 hours maybe.
God. Well, the
Uh,
UK is now in the thrall of the royal wedding.
I
The
knew you would be hanging on every minute.
yeah. Joan and French Penfround are in the middle of Bath watching a huge television screen with the royal wedding on, so I'm now at peace. What would you
Well, it's a big event here too.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
mind you, it started about 4 in the morning here, which I
Yeah.
wasn't up for. But isn't it an amazing world? You click on the news, like on the computer, and you can watch the video of the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, I know, it's incredible. It really is.
You don't have to be up at 4 in the morning.
No, no, it's all there. Are we okay to have a go about tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Um, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to see if I can articulate my intentions for this new group that I'm starting with tomorrow, this new master's cohort in Brantford.
Yeah.
And then talk about some of my values inherent in what I'm trying to do, and then see if I can hold myself accountable for them as I do it
Okay.
in the action.
Yeah, that's really good.
So this culture of inquiry is a basic core value for me. And I think the reason I believe in it so strongly is that I believe that if we can build that culture with the teachers will build it with the students, and we will improve the outcomes for the children immeasurably, because we will be creating those thinking, self-evaluating adults that we want them to be. So I talked about it in my doctoral work, and it's still really core to what I do. So I want to create this creative, dynamic space where I can live my educational values and see my influence in my work with the students. And I can see myself living those values, as much as I can adhere to them as a human being. And I want that to be a critical, creative thinking space where they reflect on who they are and why they do what they do and how they do what they do. So the last two courses I worked with another group, and in the first course in the summer, we made some headway. I think if I asked them directly, and I think I can pull back what they said, that we did have a really safe environment for learning and for critical thinking. I'm not sure that I got that far with all of them. Some came farther than others. And so what I'd like to do with this current group is see if I can't move it along more quickly. Because I didn't get there in the first course so much, but I did in the second. So if I could do something maybe to be more explicit in what I believe in what I'm trying to do with this group, then maybe we can get that an environment for learning for all of us.
Sounds good.
So, and one of the things I did with the last group is that because they were having trouble getting critical feedback, and they articulated this, that they would ask people, how am I doing? Am I living according to my values? And all they got were lovely affirmations. So, and it could have been in the way they were asking the questions too. However, so what I decided was that I was going to submit myself to democratic evaluation. That is, how am I doing? Am I living my values? And so on. And I taped that. And in that process, they could see me modeling receiving critical feedback, and that and it wasn't about Jackie the person, it was about performance. How am I teaching you? How am I helping you to express your living educational theories. And in that video, you can see them asking questions and thinking critically, and me accepting their critical feedback and laughing with them, and they could see that it wasn't an easy process, but very rewarding. And the other thing that happened there is that you could see they're learning, but I learned a great deal. Because in particular, one student who had been in the prior course where I taught research methods said, I don't really understand this action research. I'm having trouble. And I would not have known that. I mean, although that wasn't the course we were currently in, she needed to know that.
Yeah.
And if she hadn't had that environment for opening up to what's wrong, I don't think she would have expressed it.
Okay.
And it also allowed Liz, who's also got on YouTube, to release and be held accountable for a very core value, which is love and joy for her. And she actually went public with it so that she put it in her electronic signature saying, love and joy, Liz. And then a little note saying, I believe in this and I felt it for a long time, but now I'm holding myself accountable for it.
Right.
So that was pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
So, when I enter into this new course, which is called Exploring Approaches to Professional Development, and I start tomorrow, the day after the royal wedding. Well, people remember that date.
They do, yes.
I want to make sure that I've planned and I've thought through sufficiently to bring this new cohort to embrace, our dynamic creative space as one of inquiry and reflection and creativity and loving kindness, which is a new value that Liz taught me to express. So I need for us to be a community of learners, to support and encourage and challenge each other.
Right. And what about if you think just about the organisation of tomorrow, have you got anything that you could just share?
Well, I've sent them an agenda and all of my slides ahead of time.
Yep.
And one of the reasons for that is that was one of the things that one of the students in the last cohort taught me who had a learning disability. And she said, I need those slides ahead of time because I need to think through the picture in a whole way so that I can follow you. And another student said, I use those slides to make notes.
Okay.
So we usually kind of give out a piece of information at a time. For those holistic thinkers, and I'm one of them, they need that big picture.
Right.
So I've done that. And in the planning, the first piece that we're going to do is about a culture of inquiry. And I'm going to start with Jane Spiro's Eye of the Fellow Traveler.
Yep.
Which is about there's no single path,
Yep.
and you have to make your own path. And the second thing I'm going to do is show this video from TED by this teacher from the U.S. by the name of Hunter. And it's just an exquisite piece of work about teacher as facilitator, creative thinker, not in charge of things. The kids are in charge, and how they take it beyond anything he dreamed. It's just a beautiful example. And it's just a short little video. It's lovely.
Great.
And then we're going to talk about Thayer Bacon's work on fallible knowers.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about some of my work because, that's kind of core to what this is about. And I'm going to talk about Buber and that humility of the educator to, not, put power over the student, but always be cognizant of the needs of the student. And then we're going to go into, how are we, given those criteria of a culture of inquiry and reflection right now?
Okay.
Get them to think about, where are we now, and then where would we like to be?
Yeah.
And then I want to come back and test it at a later date. So, are we collaborative? Are we helping each other? Are we moving each other's thinking along? Are we being critical? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I like that very much indeed. I'm also curious about something you said near the beginning, which really did, I think, focus on, if you like, their unique individual inquiries. So I'm just wondering, are you going to have any time where you're going to encourage them to think about what they're doing in their practice, where that sense of trying to generate some kind of improvement might be focused on? I'm not quite sure.
Well, there are 2 or 3 opportunities during the day where they do some of that, what I call think, pair, share, reflect.
Great.
And one is kind of when we go right from that culture of inquiry, we're going to start talking about professional development and the spectrum of professional development.
I'm with you. Yes.
So they're going to first of all do one exercise on, so what is PD, the good, bad, and the ugly?
Yeah.
Get them to kind of articulate what they think it is and what their experiences are.
Okay.
And then for their assignment, which is just a little short one for the next day, is, okay, given what you know about PD, what might you inquire into that would be an improvement in your life or your work?
Yeah.
So that kind of just moves us into that process of, how do I improve?
That sounds really very clear, Jackie. Very clear indeed. When might we be able to, if you like, debrief after tomorrow's session? I mean, when would you like to, just think through what you did experience?
Well, I'm done at 3:00, which is 8:00 your time. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I think, yes, that would be good.
Saturday night, that would be a very enriching
Yes, I know.
experience.
Joan has got tickets for us to go into Bath to watch one at the Theatre Royal, I think, or some show with her friend Francoise at 8:00. Any chance on Sunday morning?
Definitely.
Good.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so do you want to do it Sunday morning?
Yeah, you give me a time. You what time about?
How about 2 your time?
Yeah, 2 my time. That's good. Yeah, look forward to it.
So is there anything in what I said there you think there's any gaps or anything that I haven't thought of? Or, I think it'll emerge them, with the conversations. But
I think, yeah, I do as well. The only thing that, as I was listening, was just that opportunity for them to see if they're resonating with those values that you were expressing. So that Liz, when she talked about loving kindness, it resonated with both of us, and we're now confident about using that value in what we're doing. Now, I'm just wondering whether, when you've talked, like with the humility of the educator that Buba talks about, just that kind of conversation might help them to reflect and share, when they actually have that sharing session. Just some of those values which are unique to them, which they feel are fundamental to their lives and they're bringing into their educational practice. So that was the only thing I was thinking as you were talking about those values that you're bringing in and the energy that's there. Just to open it up, and I think you will do that anywhere in terms of that sharing session. So that was the only thing that I was just thinking of as you were talking. That feels really good.
no, it's funny. I love that part from Buber's work, but I will never in my whole life forget you giving me that book on the first day that I came to work with you in Bath and trying to read that thing and thinking, Oh my God, I
Yes,
never be able to do this.
what has he
I'm a
given me?
total idiot.
Yes, what has he given me? God. But it's lovely to feel, isn't it, with Liz's development of that, if you like, with that loving kindness, how the values and the expression, we're moving them forward. I really, really enjoy that. So I look forward to hearing how it goes, on Sunday. So I'll be on at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
good
you,
luck.
Jack.
Okay, no, I
Yeah.
hope it goes well. That was really great. Okay, I'll see you then.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye bye.